Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, it's Princess Budgets, and today we're going to be doing a budget with me. So let's go ahead and jump right on into it. I am going to budget out my paycheck first and then move on to his. So let's get started. I did spill like fruit punch on my planner. Luckily, I did not put the whole planner together, so it's okay, and it's not the final version of how it's going to come out. So you guys will see that later on in November, how I set up my planner, but thank goodness that I did not ruin my final draft, because I would have been so sad. But let's go ahead and get started. I am gonna take out a pen from my pouch. This is from the mystery boxes, so only mystery box customers had access to these. I'm going to use this pen because I feel like this one is small enough to write within the lines. So I am going to use this pen. Okay. We are starting off with my business binder, and we are just going to put towards, let's do supplies. And we are going to put in $5 in supplies. I really need to get some more laminating pouches and mat. And that's it for this binder. I'm not going to put anything else towards this binder. Moving on, I am going to jump into my sinking funds binder. It's this blue binder. Currently my favorite binder. Okay, we are going to put towards Christmas. I do have $7 in here. All the amounts in here that have $7, I am just going to bump it up to 10. So yeah, it has 7. So I'm going to add $3 into here. And then same thing for his Christmas. It also has $7. His birthday has 5. I'm going to skip that. Emergency. Yeah, we're going to bump that one up too. I'm just going to put EF 3. And same goes for savings. Okay. I believe that's it. Oh no, we have puppy funds. It has $2 in here. I'm going to bump that up to 5. So we're going to add 3 as well. That's it for this binder. Now we're going to move on to my bills binder. And we do need to put towards LA Fitness. Usually we do 5, so we're just going to continue doing that. And you guys know I am trying to pay off my credit cards, which is why I'm not cash shipping as much. This is only 10% of what I made this week, which I'm very grateful for. So we are stuffing around $100, I believe $100 to be exact. So yeah, thank you guys so much. Okay, P.O. Box is going to get, let's see, it has 10 in here. Let's do 5. And that's it for this binder. I am going to move on into my savings challenge binder from other small shops. So these are all the savings challenges from other small shops, so you guys can go ahead and support. Up first, we have Krafted by Koko, and I'm going to go ahead and put the 5 for the Kappa savings challenge. So I'm gonna fill in this one next week. Well, not next week. By the time I'm posting this, I think it's gonna be the same week. But I'm just gonna put Koko. And we are also gonna put towards Katie's savings challenge from the Fancy Dollar. I'm gonna do 5. Let's do this one. It's a little croissant. So we're gonna do 5. What is it called? I think it's called I Can Barely Wait. We're gonna shorten that. I'm just gonna put bear. So bear. And we're doing 5. And that's it for this binder. Then I'm gonna take this for a minute. You put it, replace it with that one. This one is my personal binder, and we are gonna put towards like a few funds in here. Let's put towards self-care because I haven't added to that yet. And let's do 5 for self-care. And next up, I'm gonna put into Biscuit and Koko. They are gonna be getting 5 as well. I'm just gonna shorten it and say B and C. And I also want to put towards date night. Have not put towards yet, and I want to use my savings challenge. So here's my savings challenge. I will put this on my website. I keep forgetting to do that, but hopefully by the time you see this video, it's up. I'm gonna make each of these icons $5, and the total amount, if I do 5 for each one of them, the total amount will be $120. So I am going to update that right now with you guys. And take out my little marker. I also have a stationery pouch if you guys are looking for one. I do have one in white. It's on my website. Here is the stationery pouch. Comes in like this nice, actually it's not really white. It's more of like a creamy white. I really love that stationery pouch, but I did want to switch it up. This just feels so soft. Okay, so date night, each icon I'm going to make 5. The total amount I should save is $120. I'm actually just going to leave that into here and just make it dry. I literally do not want to mess up my envelopes. I made these a couple of months ago, but I don't feel like remaking envelopes for myself. Very lazy in that type of way when it comes to making envelopes for myself. I don't know why. But date night, we are gonna put 5. And then that's it for my paycheck. Let me just make sure that adds up to around $100. Okay, let's see. Sorry you guys can't see the numbers. It is because the sun is out, and whenever I film in the sunlight you really can't see the numbers at all. But yeah, I don't think this adds up to $100. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. Yeah, so I'm gonna put the 45 that's left over. We're gonna put that towards gas. 45. I'm gonna do that in 2 20s and a 5. And that is going into my cute wallet here. I do sell this on my website. It is my new wallet that I designed, and it has the little wristlet here, but I took it off for this video so it's not in the way. Okay, I am going to take out my boyfriend's binder, which is this one, so I'm going to replace that with my black binder. That way it's not so empty here. Okay. And I am just going to put everything into one so I can, when I finish filling out the sheet, I am gonna fill out my teller slip with you guys and show you guys how to use that. Now, these teller slips on my website are actually imperfect because I realized, I don't know if you guys can tell, but I spelled quantity incorrectly, so I did decide to put these on sale. Perfectly great quality, but that's the only imperfection about these, but I absolutely love them. So I'm going to continue using them until they sell out. Luckily, I didn't buy a whole bunch, but you know, I did want to preface that before you guys purchase it. Those of you guys who did purchase it, I did refund you. I gave you like a partial refund. Okay, now we are going to jump into his binder. We are going to, let's see, we're going to start with rent. We did take out all the money, well, most of the money out of here, like his variable expenses and bills. I gave it to him. I always give him whatever he needs when I see him, like especially if rent's due, I usually give him his rent money. But we are starting fresh since it is a new month. And I'm going to try to fit everything all into one page. Hopefully it does fit. These are pretty good. I actually made a lot of room for myself, but we'll see because it's not just my paycheck, it is also his. All right, so rent, it is going to get 50. And we're going to need one of those. Car insurance, I need to add, so far we have 200, 20, 40, 60, 80, 30, 20, 40, 60. We're going to add 40. So that way we can get to 400, which is actually really nice. I'm going to shorten that. This is getting 40. We're going to do that in 2 20s. Gas is going to get the usual 70 for him. I'm going to put his so I know. And that's going to be in a 50 and a 20. Next up we have gym. I am going to put, how much did I usually put $5, but I think, okay, let's come back to this. Okay, let's come back to this. All right, haircuts is next. It's going to get 20. I'm going to do that in 120. And then eating out, I am going to put in a little bit more than we usually put. Let's do 55. We're going to do that in a 50 and 5. Let's move on to Christmas. This is for his family. And actually, you guys, we're not going to put towards Christmas. So let me just put 0. We are not putting towards Christmas. He did say to stop stuffing that and to stop stuffing mine because I told him that I don't really want anything this year. So no need to like splurge. And then for his family, he said that's enough. So we are going to stop stuffing those and put the money elsewhere. And I know he's going to be excited about this. I'm actually going to put the money I would usually put into Christmas into his car fund. So car is going to get 100, which is actually very nice. Yeah, I'm going to have to fill in 3 of these. Because usually if I fill in 3, it's 90, but I don't know. We'll see how I end up doing that. But we're going to put 100 in car. And then wedding will also be getting 100. I usually always gets 100, but 100 for wedding. And then investments, we are going to do, let's do 25. Usually we do like around 20. Let me see. 100, 120, 40, 60, 70, 85, 95, 200. So we should have 125. When we're done, so we are going to do that in a 20 and a 5. Savings, it's going to get 20. I usually do put 20 in here, so I'm going to continue that. 20 for savings. Usually I have my Mochi Pup savings challenges for these, but I cannot find where I put them. So we're just eyeballing it at this point. But 20. Oops, I made a mistake here. So this is not this. It's supposed to be here. Okay, so yeah, this is actually, I don't know why I made that mistake. So sorry guys, but yeah, so we did 20 for investment, well, 25 for investments, 20 for savings. Emergency, we're gonna shorten it. I'm gonna put EF, I'm gonna put his. I already know it's his, but I'm just gonna put it in case. And we are also doing 20. And then we can add to home. Usually don't, but so this is 10. And let's see where we're at so far for his. All right, so for his, we started off with 50 for rent. Okay, so far we're at 510. All right, so $90 more to go. We are going to move on to vacation. Vacation this week, we are going to put a little bit more than we usually put. And that's because we are saving to go on a trip with his cousins. Let's do 25. And that's going to be a 20 and a 5. Oops, made a mistake again. 20 and a 5. And then pet funds, we can do $6. I'm going to have to make some extra room here. Keep in mind that this is both of our paychecks combined. Usually you're supposed to use this sheet for like one paycheck, but you know, I'm surprised it didn't fit most of our funds, but that's very nice. Okay, I am going to go ahead and go back to eating out. I didn't make him a grocery envelope. You guys, I'm honestly, at this point, I might not even do it because I keep saying I am and I keep forgetting. But groceries will be getting, sorry, I didn't even open up my pen. Groceries, it's gonna get, usually we do usually do 100, but we cut down because he actually hasn't really been getting groceries like that. But I am just gonna do 50. And the rest of the money can go towards the envelope I skipped. I think that was gym. So gym, the leftover of this, I did add it up already on the side. It's $9. So we're gonna need a 50 and a 9. So when I count up all this, I have to make sure I include this before I forget. We can go ahead and do our teller slip, fill it out. Alrighty, so here's our teller slip. We sell it on our website, as I mentioned before. And let's start off, we're just going off basically off of our sheet that we filled out here. And let me show you guys how I do that. All right, so we're just gonna add up, well, before I do that, let me finish adding up the quantity and the total amount here. All right, so for hundreds, we only have 2, so we're just gonna write 2 here. For the 50s, we have 1, 2, 3, and 4, because I have to add that. So 4 50s. For the 20s, we have 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, 10 20s, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. For the 10s, we have only one. I'm just making sure. Yeah, we only have one. That's actually so crazy. Usually we have plenty of 10s. And then for the 5s, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. And then 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 16. And then 4 1s, that's 20 1s. Okay, so we should have, there's 200s, that's $200. 4 50s, that's also $200. For the 10s, we have, no, for the 20s, we have 10 of them. So that's also $200, which is actually crazy. So 200, 200, 200. For the 10s, we only have 1 10, which is only $10. For the 5s, we have 14. Let me take out my calculator. So that's 70. 70. And then for the 1s, we have 20 of them. So that's just 20 1s. So we should have $700. Let me make sure. Perfect. So that totals to 700. I don't know if you guys can see that, but it does. And which means we did everything correctly. So we're just going to transfer that over to the sheet. So just like how I have quantity here and total amount, we're just going to basically transfer that over. So for the hundreds, we have 2 of them, which is $200. For the 50s, we have 4 of them, which is also $200. For the 20s, we have 10 of them, $200. For the 10s, we have 1, which is just $10. For the 5s, we have 14, which is $70. And then for the 20s, we have 20. Not 20s. For the 1s, we have 20. So that's just $20. And in total, we know this equals to $700. Hopefully that makes sense, you guys. I kind of wanted to break it down like that for those of you guys who are new to the cash stuffing community. This is what we use to bring to the bank, and we just give them this and they give us all the bills that we need. But that is it for today's video, you guys. I hope you guys loved and enjoyed it as much as I did filming it for all of you. Can't wait to see you guys in my next video, and have a great one. Bye.